It was strange how quiet the world felt when everything inside you was falling apart. 16-year-old Alyssa Carter sat with her knees pulled tight to her chest on the cracked sidewalk outside room 14 of the Sunset Motel. Her entire life was zipped into a single backpack. 2 worn-out t-shirts, 1 pair of jeans, a crumpled envelope with her birth certificate, and a journal with her mother's handwriting in the front cover. That was all. No home, no money, no parents. Just memories and unanswered questions that echoed louder than the traffic a few blocks away. 3 weeks earlier, she had been at her mother's bedside, holding her hand as the machines beeped slower and slower. Cancer is cruel, and it doesn't care how kind, how strong, or how desperately someone tries to hold on. Her mother, Marina Carter, had done everything right. Worked double shifts at a diner, stayed up late to help Alyssa with homework, never let her see the worst of their struggles. But when the illness came, there was no insurance, no family to lean on. Just Alyssa and a silent, sterile hospital room on a Tuesday morning. After the funeral, there was no warm embrace from a long-lost aunt or generous offer from a distant cousin. There were just bills. A landlord who gave her a week to figure things out before changing the locks. Alyssa tried. She cleaned bathrooms at a gas station nearby and skipped meals to stretch every dollar. She found this tiny run-down motel that charged by the week and managed to stay there. Barely, for a little while. But it wasn't sustainable. Not on 6-hour shifts and tips that vanished faster than they came. The motel manager knocked hard that morning. No patience, no sympathy. "Time's up," he barked. Alyssa nodded, not because she agreed, but because she was too exhausted to argue. She slung the backpack over her shoulder, stepped outside, and sat down on the cracked sidewalk as if she might vanish into it. She had no plan, no safety net. But something inside her, something she didn't understand yet, refused to break. She wouldn't beg. She wouldn't steal. Not because she thought she was better than anyone else, but because she needed to believe that she could still hold on to some version of herself, even when everything else was gone. That night, she walked to the library and waited outside until it opened the next morning. Inside, she curled into a beanbag chair in the corner and pretended to read. But mostly, she just closed her eyes and tried not to cry. At the shelter later, someone offered her a sandwich. She said thank you. It was the first real meal she'd had in 2 days. The hardest part wasn't hunger. It wasn't the cold tile floor or the silence or even the aching loneliness. The hardest part was being invisible. No one saw her. She was just another statistic, another girl with nowhere to go. But even in the blur of those first lost weeks, a thought kept circling in her mind like a whisper from her mother's voice. "You are more than what happens to you." And somehow she believed it. Just enough to keep going.